Hello, this is Fred from Pixel for Fiction. Today, I'm going to give you a short presentation of our latest product. It's a special pack of traditional Indian clothing. Actually, that's a bit of an exaggeration. India is almost a continent by itself, and a very rich multi-ethnic group. The variations of the proposed clothes are numerous, and it is a question here of representing only a part, modernized and the most current of traditional clothes. I would like to thank Mr. Vinay, who made this suggestion, or rather proposed this challenge and contributed to correctly reference the proposed objects. Because you will see, the Indian clothes propose extremely complex drapes to reproduce. Let's go to the pack and see what it contains. There are 4 subsections which include tunics, loincloths, sandals, and shawls. The shirts are called Kurta in India. The pack offers you a long tunic, which I call Guru Leader, because it is based on an outfit usually worn by spiritual leaders and important people. The other tunic is a standard model, shorter. In addition to the 2 colors proposed, and the pack will be updated by new models, you have 2 distinct forms of this Kurta shirt version. One version without the physics map, with the bottom ends of the shirt tighter at the waist. The other version of this shirt tunic, with a more airy shape, also has physics maps to better exploit the effects of the soft cloth simulation. Let's move on to the loincloth, called Dhoti. Here too you have a subdirectory indicating Guru Leader. This will be the model to use if you want to use this loincloth with the long tunic Guru Leader. This Dhoti Guru Leader loincloth has a particular physics map that simulates only the lower visible part of the garment, but you can use even the other 3 versions. The result is just as interesting. In the last subdirectory of this section, you have a kind of bonus. It's more an attempt to drape a rather special dhoti, called Kshatriya. Sorry if I'm spelling the word wrong. This is indeed one of the examples of the Dhoti loincloth, and the way to use a complex drape with exactly the same fabric as the previous version of the loincloth. And we can say that here, it is like India, complex and visually beautiful. A physics map is also integrated in this Dhoti double border. The results can be interesting in some contexts, and it is an excellent exercise for those who want to master the soft cloth simulation and the use of physics map. For the shoe directory, you will notice that it is a sandal of a rather luxurious and typically Indian model. Other models can complete this collection, including sandals commonly worn in India, the Arabian Peninsula, and the vast African continent. In the other section, you have 2 subsections. In the first one, called Angvastra, which means shawl in Sanskrit, you will find a shawl falling on one shoulder and another on both shoulders. There is a meaning to the way of wearing a shawl. For the one on one shoulder, it is a distinctive sign of notability, of respectability. During celebrations, ordinary people also wear this shawl, which is folded and just put on the shoulder. This practice has been commonly transmitted from one continent to another. Thus, in East Africa, the notables and elders of the region wear the shawl in exactly this way. The Angvastra. When it falls on both shoulders, the wearer of the shawl indicates that he is devoted to one of the deities of the Indian pantheon. Then you have the shawl that I have named Guru Angvastra. This is a special way of wearing the shawl, very loose and falling to the knees. The Indian high spiritual dignitaries wear the Angvastra shawl in this way, and as I mentioned above, the sages in the region of the Horn of Africa do it in the same way. I wish you a good discovery. A tutorial for beginners will soon be available to all those who wish to make the best use of the functions of soft cloth simulation with this pack, especially in the management of the loincloth and tunic and the multi-layers of clothing with Character Creator 4 and iCloning. That was Fred from Pixel for Fiction. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon.